Hey gang, or whoever's out there watching, your old pal Joe D here. This time we are mountain biking on a bigger mountain. As you can see, we are on a chairlift here. We're in Big Bear Lake in Snow Summit Mountain. We've actually skied here in the winter, and now we're mountain biking here in the summer. All right, enough of the travel mumbo jumbo. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin, and if you are worried that you missed it, and considering whether or not you should buy into this top. In general, I'm just going to say I don't think you've missed it, and I'm going to be buying more Bitcoin at this price, and I'll probably eventually buy Bitcoin even at a higher price. I plan to be buying Bitcoin into the next many years. Truth be told, even though this is the top, we are finally at mass adoption. So in a sense, this is the safer time to buy it. Everybody's bought into the Bitcoin idea. It's found a good use case as a store of value, essentially digital gold. We got institutional commitments. We got money flowing in via ETFs. All that alone basically cements Bitcoin's place. It makes it a far less volatile asset. So I think buying it at this time, even though it's a bummer to have missed out on some of the huge gains, of course. I mean, shoot, I owned a Bitcoin at 20,000. I sold it at 25, moved it down into some altcoins thinking I was smart, and it turned out I was a total idiot. So, but hey, that's just life. You got to live with that and you got to move on. So right now, it's hovering about 118. Only about 5% of investors are in Bitcoin still. And there's so much more money to be pushed in. And of course, with its limited supply and demand is going to work in our favor. Never mind the potential use case, if there is any beyond the store of value concept. I mean, there's transactional ability on Bitcoin, but currently Ethereum and then behind that Solana is leading the way on the transactional environment. But who knows? We'll see. Maybe there's some transactional opportunity for Bitcoin as well. Time will tell, but that aside, as a store of value alone, and with the level of adoption at this point, I think you're good at 120. If you buy at 120, will it see 60 again? Yeah, maybe. Buy more. But I don't know if we'll see 60 again. Who knows? We'll certainly probably see 90 or 80. I really bought back in at about 90. In a significant way. And also I'll say that I'm buying Ethereum, a little bit more heavily as well, and hoping for a little bit more of an X, multiple X on that. We will see. It's all, of course, speculative and risky, but I think for Bitcoin and Ethereum currently, with the use cases they've adopted, the risk is far less, but the upside is still quite significant. So I'm in on Ethereum and Bitcoin. I could see 10 to 20% potentially of the portfolio eventually being in those assets. We'll see. And then of course I'm in on the AI revolution for sure, and buying the high-tech growth companies in AI and robotics, nanotech, biotech, and so on. But of course, still going to have some of the portfolio in more conservative, sort of S&P-ish setup. But overall, I'm still going to be in a real estate and stock mix, and I'll keep you updated as that changes for me. But I'm going to buy more Bitcoin, and that's the best thoughts I can give you. Okay, see you later.